All right, we made a lot of news with this interview, and once it wrapped, the president was gracious enough to give us an exclusive tour of the new White House renovations. Now, it was starting to get dark, it was late in the day, but we still got a good sense of how things will look, including the new ballroom. Now, warning, Democrat heads will explode in 3, 2, 1.
The new ballroom will go from here to there, and it'll seat a proper number of people, and the White House will finally have, after 150 years, the ballroom that they wanted. You know what? They've waited 150 years, and the public is paying for nothing. The public is paying for absolutely nothing. It's all being done by donors. All the way over there, it'll be beautiful. One of the most beautiful in the world. Come on. Okay? You know, a lot of people don't know that. They don't say that there's no cost. That's some room, isn't it? Weird.
That's unbelievable.
Now I'm going to show you. So this is the Presidential Walk of Fame.
Now, whose idea was this?
My idea. Everything's my idea.
Everything's your idea. Okay.
Yeah, sadly.
Who's that guy?
That's Barack Hussein Obama.
Okay.
This is Biden right here.
Wait a second. The profile of Biden is
so he's the worst president in the history of our country, and Barack Hussein Obama.
Bro, he put up the auto pin. He put the auto pin image for Biden. Oh man, this guy's a character, boy, I tell you. And then he got his mug shot. Hey, Uncle Trump, man. I rock with Uncle Trump, man. This guy is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Like, he took his mug shot and threw it up there. I love it. And then for Biden, he's got the auto pin. That's hilarious.
Top 5, meaning bad.
Are you going to replace that with his actual photo?
No, I don't think so. Look at the faces on these people.
Yo, you can't tell me this dude ain't funny. Are you going to replace that with his real photo? Nah, I don't think so. And he said it so casually, too. Like, nah, I don't think so.
His actual photo?
No, I don't think so. Look at the faces on these people. Those are serious faces, right?
Oh, that's for sure.
Every one of them's a tough cookie.
Do you think these will stay up after you've left office?
Well, I think they should. On the bottom here, this hasn't been put yet. They're being made. We have a plaque that goes about that describes in a couple of hundred words. Mm-hmm. Important, right?
Yeah, very important.
And they're beautiful, beautiful bronze plaques. Goes up under each picture to describe it. Look at the scene over here, fellas. Look, how beautiful is that? Come on over here, take a look.
This is the new Rose Garden. But
and now you can have news. That's the same stone as the White House. So now you can have news conferences. You can, nobody could stand in the mud.
Where did you get the stone?
Different places.
Different places?
Yeah.
Why was
but I'll show you something. This is the equivalent of what I do with the ballroom. I built many ballrooms and many buildings, and that's my greatest strength, actually. I might as well do this. So this room was in terrible shape. This was done by Jackie Kennedy. Jackie Kennedy Onassis, then Jackie Kennedy, I hope. And she took this area, it's called the Palm Court, and here we had one by one little tiles that were all broken, cheap, out of a box. The walls weren't good. We took it, I restored it. I put in new chandeliers. They had lanterns that were terrible.
I remember this room.
Yeah, it was a nothing room. Yeah. It was an embarrassment.
There was a seat, a bench right underneath there. Yeah.
To come to the Oval Office, you had to go through this room. It was an embarrassment, okay? And I took it down and rebuilt it. Same as she had it, but at a much higher level. And take a look at the floor. Take a look at the marble. So this is called.
It is really pretty.
Statuary marble. But look at the book ending. Look at the book match. Look how it matches.
That's tough to do.
No, it's very tough. You don't get it. If it's an eighth of an inch off, it's no good.
Is that brass? The brass?
That's a brass, 2 brass strips. But even if you look at the air conditioner vent, it's book matched.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Who can do that? I can do that because I know that it's even available that you could do that. Very few people can do it. So you take a vent that's supposed to be a piece of aluminum or steel, and the marble man said, I said, do you think you could book match your event? He said, yeah, look at the other one over there, book match. But look at the quality of that job.
Where do you think you developed the attention to architectural detail? Like, at what age did you start realizing that's what you could do?
Yeah, I was involved with my father in building and all this stuff, and my father was a builder. So as a little boy, I'd be sitting there playing with blocks, I guess, and my father would be on the phone, and I'd be listening, I guess. And, you listen. I had a father who was very good at building. He was very good at building things, and so am I. I build better than anybody else. Nobody can build like me.
But was he
You can ask Steve Witkoff. Who is the best builder? He will tell you.
Did your dad have the same attention to the specific details that you did?
Well, he built low, moderate income houses.
So it was a different type of
So he didn't
build.
have to do a floor like this. He'd do a floor out of tile, linoleum at the time they used to call it. And it would be a different kind of a thing. But he had a tremendous attention to quality. In other words, if it's going to be even, a regular floor, it would be exactly even, exactly straight. It would fit perfectly. But when you look at that job. Nobody's ever seen it.
Do any of your kids have that same?
What he means by book matching is, let me see. I'm going to have to rewind it back a little bit further. So I get it. You can kind of see it here. So, like, how... there we go. Here's a good image. So how this matches, like these are two different slabs that you're seeing here on either side, but they're matched so closely that you can't even tell that they're two different slabs of marble. That's what he meant by book matching. It kind of looks like when you open up a book, how you got, the same thing on either side. Even though these are two completely different slabs, because obviously slabs of real marble have different, marbling in them, and so matching that is tough to do. But it looks like they matched it pretty darn well, because even like this curved vein right there goes over to the other side of the other slab. Same thing with this curve here. It looks like that's a natural curve, but in reality, these are two different slabs. So yeah. Just for anybody who was wondering what the hell he meant by that. All right, let me fast forward this a little bit.
Detail that you have, because that's kind of, you can't really teach that.
I think they do. I think Eric is very good. Don, in a very different way, is good. Ivanka is, Tiffany's very smart. She was a great student, always a great student. They're all great students. Actually, they were all great students. And I think Barron's going to be tremendous at that. Yeah, he's very meticulous.
Is he here?
He is. He's here. Oh. He's right upstairs. Want to see him?
Studying, yeah. I'd love to see him.
He's doing a good job. He's tall.
A lot of people
He's
think.
a tall one.
A lot of people think he could be the next Trump president.
I don't know. I think.
Or Eric. Or a lot of people are wondering which child would be the best.
In a certain way, they all could. Take a look at this, fellas. You want to see detail. So, like this sign. Most people would just do a sign they painted on the wall. So that's half-inch thick bronze, carved by a very talented person. And it's brass, it's pure brass. It's half-inch thick brass. And you can't just do that. That's, you look at that, that's quality, right? And then we start with George Washington and we go down to Trump. Pretty cool, right?
Where are your speakers? Because I heard this.
All here.
They're in the bushes?
They're all here.
When did you decide you were a frustrated DJ? How long ago was that?
Well, I don't do that much, but I think having good sound is important, because we do now news conferences on this space. As you know, you were probably a victim to it. You'd stand in the grass, your high heels would be ruined. The women are, walking out without. So I had to make it a hard surface. So I made it the same color as the White House itself, which worked out great. We just moved the tables. This over here was actually taken out of the East Wing.
Oh, is that right?
This was done by this was carved.
Oh, yeah, that was Borgham.
By the carver who did Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, beautiful.
And this was taken from the East Wing. We took all the good stuff.
Okay, I've been to the White House I don't know how many times. I didn't know most of that. I was fascinated by it. And the attention to detail is, I don't care what you say, you like it, you don't like it. Okay, he has enormous talent. I thought it was really cool.
Hey, Sean.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's what Uncle Trump does. I mean, he builds stuff. So, hey, listen, I would expect him to have an attention to detail unlike no other. And clearly, that's what he has for sure. I'm sure that was a cool thing to do and see. Hopefully, one day I get to visit the White House. I've never been to the White House. So, if anybody knows Uncle Trump, tell him to call me. All right. Tell him to call me. I need my invitation to the White House. All right. I know these liberals think that I probably have some type of connection with the, the Trump White House or, Senate or congressional Republicans, and they're paying me in some way, shape, or form, but they're not. Okay. They're not at all. All right. I've never talked to Uncle Trump. I've never talked to Mike Johnson or John Thune or really anybody in Congress, to be completely honest. Not a single person. I've spoken with Larry Elder, but he's not in Congress. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Somebody call up Uncle Trump and tell him to call me. I need my invitation to the White House. I will be there the same day, goodness gracious. As soon as I get that invitation, I'm there. All right? I'm there. I need that invite. But anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Definitely a dope little clip. It's always cool to get to see the White House, and especially now where there, a lot of new things going on, lots of detail going on as well, with the vents and everything, and the book matching. Yeah, it's crazy. That's super cool. But anyway, peace and love. I'm out.